Alrighty then. So, I just got done watching The ABCs of Death. It was made in 2012. It's not rated, and it's 2 hours and 9 minutes long. The cast is Ingrid Bolso Berdal, Jeremy Raymond, and Kira Zagorski. And it's got a couple of directors, Carr Andrews, Angela Bettis, and Helena Catet. Alrighty then. In this audacious anthology film, 26 masters of horror work their way down the alphabet with terrifying, humorous, and pungent tales about death. It was different. I mean, they definitely went down the alphabet. But as far as, like, you know, the ones that they were using, some of them were like, okay, it's this one. But a lot of them were just like, you know, you're continually trying to figure out what particular word they're using, and then the one that they are either doesn't make sense or it doesn't appear to be particularly appropriate for that specific one. F was probably the dumbest. Either that or F, or it was either F for, which is for fart. Death by fart, are you fucking kidding me? And then Z for, I'm not entirely sure what it was. It was just like, okay, fart was stupid, but Z was just weird. Like, it did not make any sense. I mean, yeah, okay, I can see how it could kind of be funny, you know, her swinging a giant dick around that has a sword that comes out of it and shit, but, you know, what the fuck, dude? You know, it's definitely something, like, I was just absolutely engrossed in the film itself. I mean, it was, you know, it was interesting to watch. Like I said, some of it was just kind of like, oh my god, this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. But, on the other hand, you know, they did bring in some element of reality into it in certain spots, like for Q. The very beginning is like, how the fuck did we get stuck with Q? And you actually see the people that are making this or whatever, and you know, they put a different twist on that instead of just having like instead of just having like a little clip. Some of the clips were a little bit longer than others, and honestly, I wasn't even sure, like, when the movie started, because when you're watching the first one, which of course is A, it just kind of pops up out of nowhere, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? At the same time, you know, they could have, like, they would show the clip, and then they'd show the letter and what it was for. I don't know, I might have gone a different way with it, just because I kind of lost track of where I was at as far as, like, what letter I was on. I had to actually think about it, and, you know, the last thing that you want somebody watching your movie to do is go, you know, that shit in their head. Just figure out where they are. So if it were me, I would have been like, okay, A, then showed the clip, and then been all A is for apocalypse. I like the fact that it was mix of a lot of cultures, it seemed. Like, they had British, a lot of Spanish, a couple of things of English. And they definitely went ahead and they were really into the whole morbidity of the situation. Like, we're dealing with death, let's try and make it less gloomy and add a little bit of humor to it. But you definitely have to have that type of mindset to understand something like this, because I think it was Y that I had like the most trouble with. It was Y is for Young Buck, but I think they went just a little bit too far on that. Because, I mean, you know, just crazy Japanese hentai type real life shit is one thing, but having a creepy pedophile for a janitor watching young boys play basketball and shit, and then going and licking the sweat off of the bleachers is dude, I almost throw up. And the sad part is that was the only reason I almost threw up. Not because the kid was wearing the deer head on his head, not because, you know, he gouged out the guy's eyes with the horns from the fucking buck. It was just that guy licking up the sweat and just like it was gross, dude. It was just no. I mean, yeah, just no. I gonna watch the ABCs of Death 2 because, you know, I want to see, you know, what they did differently in the second movie, you know, what other suggestions that they have. I mean, I think it would be, honestly, I don't know, you know, how they, in the ABCs of Death, they start from A to Z. I think that, I haven't even looked at the second one yet, but I'm gonna watch it next. I think what would be interesting is if they went from Z to A. I'd just, you know, like, but then again, you know, I'm not the director, we'll just have to find out what they did. I did notice that it says, you know, 26 Masters of Horror, but I did see a couple of the same names pop up a few times, so it's like, I don't know if that was just a mix-up or what, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I can't get over how stupid the F is for fart was. I was just, oh my goodness, it was terrible. I mean, like, not even, there was no humor. It was just like, what the hell is this person thinking? The only humorous part of that was, like, when they're being attacked by the gas, she made a comment about it, like, is it the black gas from God's ass, you know, that, but, you know, it's just, I don't know why, but the ones that are in Japanese seem a little bit dumber to me, and maybe it's just because they were trying really hard. I mean, like, I'm not sure what they exactly were going for, as far as, like, if they wanted funny or what, but not a fan of those. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the ABCs of Death 2, and I'll make another video about that. If you've seen the ABCs of Death and you have any other particular ones that you thought were stupid or particularly good or anything, go ahead and let me know. I will talk to you guys about the second movie in the next video.